I was here, was it not quite a year ago, right, Kathy? It was Halloween, and we were all dressed in our costumes. And I think I gave the example. Was anybody here Halloween and heard me speak before? Good. Okay. So you don't count. There's a gray elephant. Of course it's gray. Big, huge, gray elephant at the door. And we have to leave. You can't pretend it's not there. People talk about the elephant in the room. You cannot pretend it's not there. It just makes things worse. So what do? We find our way over it. Somebody who's short like I can walk right under it. Or we stay here and we call the Danbury paper and we all become famous because we have an elephant in the room. I've made up little cards. Because I wasn't sure how much you would want to share personally. Would somebody at your table just grab one of these cards, read it, and everybody, let's just quickly, what Tao and Defiant philosophy works towards this?
Will you read it to the people at the table?
No, read it to everyone.
Okay, I'll read it. It says, I'm about to retire and I'm terrified. What will I do?
We did that already, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I'll read the other one.
Read the other one.
This will be my story now, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. We can't afford our home, so I have to sell and move. I'm okay, but concerned about my 13-year-old daughters. Will she adapt?
How do we help our daughters with Down Defiance?
We show them that we can adapt. We pull in our inner strength and go through the process with strength and courage so that they can see that happening. That's how I would do it anyway.
And which is perfect. And what else do we do?
We be honest with them.
Yes.
So we can validate that they have every right to feel sad or angry or disappointed. They don't have every right to act it out with destructive behaviors, but they have every right to feel the way they feel.
That's the Tao. That's accepting the transition that's coming their way. But as they move, and this question came really to me from a group in Fayetteville, a group of kids. I was in a classroom, and the little girl sitting right there, she's not there now, but she was in that seat. She had just come to the school that very morning, was her very first day, because 2 days prior, Mom said, Dad and I are getting divorced. You're moving from Texas, and we're going to Fayetteville. So I asked the classroom, how do you be Down and Defiant? The kids came up with fabulous. Well, you have a computer, you can Skype, so you can stay in touch with your old friends. We have a glee club here. Would you like to join? It's a new adventure. So pretty much what we all said, but what we need to do is share it with. And what happens, and this is where the mentor program starts to come in also, we start to live as Tao and Defiant women. We start to role model being Tao and Defiant. Certainly that woman pushing her walker is a role model for me with the knees that are giving out. And the shoulder, oh, my shoulder hurt so much last night. And you know, she's a role model. You don't even have to meet the role model. They're all around us. But this is how, as Tao and Defiant women, we become role models for others. And this is how we can help our daughters. Somebody back here with a card?
This is the same, just repeat it. Oh, it's the same one? Okay,
Same
I'll
one?
read this one. I want to look like I did when I was 30, not like I look now at 62.
I actually got that from someone. What do you say to that?
You're beautiful the way you are.
How do you prove that to them?
You're the way you are for a reason. Just gotta come to terms with it.
Maybe love yourself more.
If you change yourself, you're still not gonna be happy with what's on the inside because that's what's fueling it.
Bingo. That's exactly.
Every day you look in the mirror and say, I love you. I love you. I love you. Until you believe it.
Can you say I love you to my wrinkles and I love you to my belly? I love you to my varicose veins?
Because they're all part of us. And those varicose veins are part of the legs that hold us up. And the wrinkles show now, okay.
And those stretch marks are part of the miracle you call your
That's right.
child. And I wouldn't trade it for the world.
And every time, well, there are times when you want to trade your kids. Every time, and here's where the stereotype things come in too. Every time we accept who we are, the way we are. You like the way I dye this gray? Because red is really my color, and I dye all the rest gray.
I do like that. I was sitting
Thank you. Every time we accept who we are and we don't hide our ages, and we don't give into, yes, if we want to have facelifts or whatever, if we feel the need to do that, fine. But what is within, that's what we give out. I will tell you very quickly that my then 7-year-old granddaughter spent the summer, well, a week with me 2 summers ago. Now she's 9. That's because 7 and 2 is 9. I did that so well. And I went to put on makeup before we went somewhere, and I said, Em, just give me 5 minutes after put on my makeup. And she said, you don't need makeup, Grams. Aw. Face it, they're going to know you're old anyway. And it was fine. It was great because old is not a 4-letter word. One more card.
My folks are elderly and need me, but my husband and kids need me too. I'm exhausted helping everyone.
Down Defiance. How do you deal with it?
Set
Boundaries.
Boundaries.
It's your time. If you're exhausted, you're not going to have energy for anybody else. You'll be worthless. You come first.
ask for help. You don't think you can do everything yourself. You have
That's,
to ask
yes.
for help. You have to admit that you can't do it.
That's exactly.
And it's not a fault.
Right.
It's nothing wrong
Wait.
with.
And other people can do things well too, not just ourselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which means, yeah.
Your partner.
Yeah, because
That's
if
what I
you,
had.
And sometimes when we ask for help, we think we're admitting a weakness. And it's not. It's being honest about our strengths and what we can do. Now, we talked about day. And being role models. We talked about day and being role models. And to be a role model, we have to be the best that we can be. But sometimes, it's a good color. Sometimes being the best that we can be is being held back because we have stuff that we need to release.